Welcome to Cataraction 25, presented by Tyrepower Gladesville. Both layouts will be playing the same hole. It is 120 meters, par 3, downhill. Initially, you want to hit this gap, and the play is either a backhand turnover or a tight flex forehand that fades right at the basket. There's no OB or mandos in play on this hole, and the ground is quite skippy with the downhill. Hole 2 is a par 4 for both layouts. We're just starting at the advanced one. 191 meters for them. A good tee shot is a forehand hyzer or a backhand straight shot. This tree on our right is a mando left. And the intermediate tee will be on the right of that, where they've got 144 meters. We need a spotter for the advanced group. Everything on the left could be a lost disc. Good tee shots will be landing somewhere around here, and you'll be navigating your way to a dangerous green where there is an elevated basket on a stump. There are no OBs on this hole. Hole 3 is a par 3 for both layouts. We're just starting with the advanced one. The play for birdie is a nice backhand flex shot that fades just before the basket. On the right is the intermediate tee where it's 87 meters. There's no OBs or mandos on this hole. It is 109 meters for the advanced layout. And the basket is just tucked in about 5 meters into a bush track, so you can still land a bit short of it and have a putt. Hole 4 is a par 3 for both layouts. We're just starting with the advanced one here. The tree line on the left of the fairway and everything to the left is out of bounds. This tall white tree coming up on our right is a mando left, and the intermediate tee will be here. Anyone who misses the mando will need to play the drop zone from the intermediate tee. It is 115 meters for the advanced, and it plays as a tunnel shot. The birdie play is either a backhand turnover or a forehand, but that might fade a bit short of a basket. And it's 83 meters for the intermediate tee. Hole 5 is 247 meters long. Both layouts will use the same tee pad. It's a par 4 for the advanced and a par 5 for the intermediate. The recommended tee shot is either a hyzer backhand or a straight backhand. This clump of trees coming up on our right is a mando left, and the drop zone will be here. A good tee shot is landing somewhere around here with 110 meters left to go to the basket, choosing the right tunnel that will lead you there to the elevated basket. The road initially at the tee pad on the right is out of bounds but won't be marked. Hole 6 is a par 3, 97 meters long, and both layouts will play the same hole. There is a tree initially on the right of the tee pad that will be a mando left. The play for birdie is either a hyzer pushing forehand or a backhand turnover. There is no out of bounds on this hole. Hole 7 is a par 3 for both layouts, starting with the advanced one here. It's 106 meters uphill. Coming up in the middle is the intermediate tee where it's 67 meters. All on the outside of the fairway is out of bounds, so you got OB right, left, and 8 meters long of a basket. So the best play for birdie is a nice straight shot. Hole 8 is a par 3, 102 meters for both layouts, the same hole. Initially, we're flying through this double mando. Anyone who misses the double mando will need a re-tee with a penalty stroke. The play is either a backhand hyzer or a forehand hyzer, missing the trees in the middle and getting it to fade in front of the basket. There's no out of bounds on this hole, including the road on the right side of the fairway. That's all safe. Hole 9 is 169 meters long, and it is the same hole for both layouts. It plays as a par 4 for the advanced and a par 5 for the intermediate. The tree line on the right and everything beyond that is out of bounds, and the streamers on the left and beyond that are out of bounds. Ideal tee shot is a straight shot landing up here. The basket is on an island green. Do not proceed to the island until one of your throws has landed or crossed in bounds. You want to get your second shot on the island on the inside of the road for a look at birdie. Hole 10 is a par 3 for both layouts, starting with the advanced here. We are now flying over the intermediate tee, which is 95 metres. The advanced layout is 114 metres long, and the play for birdie is a push-in hyzer backhand. The road on the right of the fairway that you can see is out of bounds if you sneak through. It won't be marked, but it is out of bounds on this hole. Hole 11 is a par 4 for both layouts, starting with the advanced here. It is 208 metres long, and the play off the tee is a straight backhand or forehand hyzer through the gap. It will require about 110 metres to clear the Mando right, which is on the tree on the left, surrounded by the bushes. The intermediate tee will be starting up here with 155 metres to the basket. Once up here, you'll need to throw a controlled approach to the basket that will be 5 metres tucked away into a bush track. There is no out of bounds on this hole. Hole 12 is a par 4 for both layouts, starting with the advanced here. There is a tight gap initially with a Mando left on the right. If you miss out Mando, it is a re-tee with a penalty. It is 200 metres long for the advance, and the play from the tee is something straight that hits the gap. Up here is the intermediate tee, and that is 140 metres long. The road that runs through the middle of the fairway is not out of bounds. The second part of the fairway will be slightly downhill. The road long of a basket is out of bounds and will be unmarked. Hole 13 is a par 3 for both layouts, starting with the advanced here. We're now flying over the intermediate tee, and it is 76 metres long. The right side of the fairway will be marked with OB. It is 99 metres long for the advanced, uphill, and the play for birdie is a straight shot. Hole 14 is a par 5 for both layouts, starting with the advanced here. You'll need to hit the initial gap, and there is a Mando right to force you down the gap. If you miss a Mando, you'll move to the drop zone, which is at the intermediate tee in the middle of the gap. A good tee shot for both layouts could see you flying downhill quite far. It is 295 metres for the advance and 257 metres for intermediate. The fairway has a dogleg left with a Mando right on the left up here. It is about 200 metres to the back wall of trees, and then you have about 80 metres uphill left to go to approach the green. There is no out of bounds on this hole. Hole 15 is the same hole for both layouts, and it is a par 3. There is a very narrow gap off a tee with a play for birdie being a tight backhand flex on the right side or a forehand flex on the left side. The hole is 101 metres long with no OB or Mandos, and will have a slightly elevated basket. Hole 16 is the same hole for both layouts and is a par 3. It is a dual fairway hole with the left side being a forehand hyzer, or there is a backhand skip shot on the right side. The hole is 91 metres long. The road runs alongside on the left of the fairway past the bushes and along the basket. It will be out of bounds but will be unmarked. Hole 17 is the same tee for both layouts and a par 4 for both. The tee shot will require you hitting a tight gap with a straight shot or a backhand hyzer. The hole is 179 metres long. The initial road at the tee and any road to the right or left of the fairway will be out of bounds but will be unmarked. The tree in front of the building is a Mando left. For the advanced layout, about 40 metres short of the basket is a horizontal hazard line. Anything beyond this line is now hazard until you make the island green where the basket is. There is no hazard in play for the intermediate tee or any islands, it is all safe for them. We've now crossed into the hazard area, and anything on the inside edge of this roundabout is now safe. You're on the island where the basket is. Hole 18 is a par 4 for both layouts, starting with the advance here. The tree line on the right that narrowly wraps the fairway is OB and everything to the right of it. The tree line on the left and everything beyond that is OB. The safe play off the tee is a forehand. If you'd like to have a shorter second shot for birdie, you can risk a backhand over OB. The intermediate tee is up here and is 145 metres long. A good tee shot is landing somewhere around here. The drone is currently flying where it is safe. The advanced hole is 206 meters long with an uphill finish. OB will wrap around the entire fairway for a nervy finish.